All right, what's up, guys? Just a second. Yeah, so I hope you all are doing great in life and you are listening to good music, you are watching good sport, you are doing good things, eating good food, staying safe, staying at home. This is Divyanshu Vyas, the founder of Petroleum from Scratch, speaking on behalf of the entire community, for the community. I'm an oil and gas engineer, and I believe in understanding and explaining things from scratch to scratch. I take it from level zero, I try to explain it to level zero. I am a great fan of Richard Feynman. I try to understand things till the point I can explain them to a kid. Now, this is because I cannot understand things in complicated language, and I hope that's the thing for most of you guys. So I will try to follow this approach throughout this new playlist that I've brought to you. Before I start off, I would like to give a big shout out to Divyansh Sethi, my fellow co-founder for Petroleum from Scratch, for creating a wonderful playlist on Python for oil and gas. So that playlist basically explained you almost every bit of concepts. Just a reminder, guys, there is a slight construction work going on, so the voice is just because of that. It will keep on coming and going. Yeah. So Divyansh has made a huge important playlist for Python for oil and gas. I think it's one of its own kind because I don't see a lot of similar playlists on the internet doing that for you guys. So there are good examples in that. There are great basics, and he has tried to explain things to the very nuts and bolts, right? So great applause to Divyansh, and now it's on me. I will take care of things like I will solve projects in front of you. I will do machine learning, mathematics. I will do various numerical methods. I will do a lot of things that will be dealing in a bucket called Python for oil and gas, data analysis, machine learning, right? So let's get it started. Today's topic is something which is not new for you guys based on the skills that you have already learned. You have learned about iterations, you have learned about loops, you have learned about a for loop, you have learned about the while loop, you have learned about the do while, and I guess not do while, but yeah, for and while you have learned, right? So these loops, what they do basically, they try to make your task very simple. How do they make it simple? For example, in layman terms, for example, you have to do a very monotonous task 10 times, 50 times, 100 times a day. You have to do the same task. Now, sometimes you wonder, what if there was some method by which I could just go off, I could enjoy my time, and things would take care of themselves automatically because it's the same task. Python has it all for you. Python will do it for you. But you need to understand the fundamental mathematics behind it so that you can apply them to Python. So today's topic is Newton-Raphson's method. My basic idea is to take forward this understanding to reservoir engineering applications, but let's understand this concept first, right? So Newton-Raphson's method is basically just for a reference. If you want to find the code that I'm talking about in this video, you can go to my GitHub repository. This is Divyanshu Oil and Gas. You can just go there and you will find whatever you need, right? So yeah. So Newton-Raphson's method is basically a very important method when it comes to trying to solve equations that you cannot solve by general and analytical methods. For example, a quadratic equation is easy to solve. You know, x plus 1 to the power 2 equals to 0, x equals to minus 1 comma minus 1. You can just go on and solve quadratic equations easily. But what if I gave you an equation which looks something like sin x tan x plus x square plus 1 minus log x divided by sec square x plus e to the power x equals to 0? Now you are bamboozled. You don't have a clue how to do these equations. That is why there are methods called numerical methods, and Newton-Raphson's method is just one of those methods where you use iterative technologies, iterative techniques to try and solve equations that you would not be able to solve generally, right? So on your screen, you can see the algorithm for Newton-Raphson's method. First thing what you have to do in any Newton-Raphson's method problem is you have to bring every x term to the left hand side and leave 0 to the right hand side. So it's basically looking like an fx equals to 0 sort of equation. So I've taken a very simple problem, guys. I've taken, if you want to find out the square root of a number using Newton-Raphson's method, how would we do that? and we would ask the user. So basically the first step is we would ask the user to provide a particular number that he wants the square root of. Then we would perform the Newton-Raphson's method on that number, and then the result will be the square root or the approximate square root of that number. We will take initial guesses of, we will take the user's opinion of what he thinks might be the square root of that number, and then we will try to apply Newton-Raphson's method around that and try to improve our solution. Unless and until we converge, we won't stop. We will try to keep on improving. That's the whole essence of Newton-Raphson's method. So we have created an equation x square minus n equals to 0 because we want to find out the square root of n using the Newton-Raphson's method. We want to find out this f dash x because this is the, this is a mandate. This comes in the formula for Newton-Raphson's method. And basically the Newton-Raphson's method, what it says is the new root is the old root minus something of an updation. It has to be updated by something. So this is the updation kind of thing. We are trying to update the old root, which is xn. N is the number of iteration. So n is like the loop index, the old root or whatever you want to call it. The new root is the old root minus something. That's all Newton-Raphson's method is. So that something part is fx divided by f dash x, right? And you can see that f dash x is coming into the denominator. So if there is a case where your function is almost horizontal slope around the root, then it will take very long to converge to the root, because then f dash x tends to 0, and then the denominator is tending to 0 and your solution will diverge, because xn minus something which is tending towards infinity will create a situation which is not ideal for a Newton-Raphson's method, right? So that's all about the algorithm. Now let's try to implement it, right? And you can see I've tried to import nothing. This is just simple Python code. First we will try to ask the user. Let's try to do it one by one. Okay, I'll just try to copy this code and I will try to explain it one by one, right? So yeah, I will try to paste it over here, shift enter, right? Run anyway. This is asking just for, yeah. So enter the number which you want to be square rooted. Okay, let's say for whatever number we already know, let's say 100, right? I will try to enter 100 now. If we print out n, gives me 100, but you can see there are two quote marks here, and you must remember that the input statement takes in the input in the format of a string. It is not numerical, but we want to convert it to a numerical format. That's why this thing is here. So we try to take this and try to apply this over here so that we convert this string to a floating point number, right? So that's also done, sorted. Now let's assume the initial root. Now we will assume the initial root to be something which is anything. It can be anything because this is now the computer trying to solve our problem. You can see I've taken 0.1. Let's take something else. 0.6, right? Okay, this is the initial root, and then I will apply the iterations. I'll try to explain what this means. So basically, what I'm trying to say is I've set a threshold. Okay, this is a convergence threshold. You can see 0.00001. What that means is unless and until the difference between the square of my square root and the original number, square of my square root is basically more like the solution of the original number, right? So square of the square root minus the original number, if they are very close to each other, if they are identical to each other, the difference between them will be 0. But since this is a numerical method and it's not a actual solution, it will always give us approximate results, but we can choose how approximate, how accurate we want to be. So I'm trying to pick 0.00001. So that's how I want them to be that close, right? So that's my truncation step. What I'm saying is stop iterating, stop trying to improve my route as soon as I have assumed this much accuracy, right? And this is just this step which I just explained in the end, right? And I've applied that in the while loop, right? And just I try to press shift enter, it runs, and let's see what the final route is. Now as soon as the counter gets out of the loop, the final value of x will be the most updated one, and we are assuming that the most updated one will be almost very 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 close to the actual root. Let's see what it is. Brilliant. You can see almost up to, I don't know, 10th or 12th decimal point. we are getting 10, right? Let's do it for some other number. uh, we'll ask the user. Let's ask the user to, yeah, let's say 625. We know the square root of 625 is 25, right? Okay, now, yeah, x, now we can take x to be 0.6. It's too far. It might take 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Let's see. You can see it took 2 seconds, 1 to 2 seconds. But if we took something like 20, it might take, less time. Yeah, just a slight difference of time. So that's about Newton-Raphson's method. In the next video, we will be applying this concept towards petroleum engineering domain. We're trying to solve the Klinkenberg's effect, trying to find out the actual permeability of the rock sample using this concept. So it was great explaining this concept to you, and I will try to explain the understanding. So congratulations, you have started your journey towards oil and gas data analysis. See you in the next lecture. Thank you on behalf of Petroleum from Scratch. Stay tuned. Cheers.